As 2024 comes to a close, it is time to decide who was the best wrestler of 2024. And here's how I'm going to do it. I have gone through and made top 10 list of the best wrestlers from WWE, AEW, TNA, and New Japan Pro Wrestling. I'm going to take the number one pick from each of those lists and put them all head to head to see who stands out above everyone else as the best wrestler of 2024. If you like the video, please consider subscribing, leaving a comment, or leaving a like, as it really does help a new channel like me to grow. But with that being said, let's get into the analysis. So we've got four names in contention for the title of Best Wrestler of 2024. Zack Sabre Jr. from New Japan Pro Wrestling, Jordynne Grace from TNA, Will Ospreay from AEW, and Cody Rhodes from WWE. And we're going to start by talking about the people who will not be in contention for Best Wrestler, and starting with Zack Sabre Jr. And I don't like putting Zack Sabre Jr. in that position because out of those four, he is probably my favorite wrestler. But Zack, while he's had a great run this year, has not really done anything revolutionary. I'm not going to go over all his high points in 2024 like I did in the video of top 10 wrestlers from New Japan this year, but briefly, he's held the World Championship, beating Tetsuya Naito around the middle of the year after winning a G1 Climax, which he performed phenomenally in. He went on to have a very good run in World Tag League, and prior to all that, he was a very good New Japan TV title holder. The reason that he falls short of the title of Best Wrestler of 2024 is because while he has slotted into the positions previously held by Hiroshi Tanahashi and Kazuchika Okada and Tetsuya Naito and Kenny Omega as the top New Japan guy, he hasn't really changed the game a lot. He hasn't had one of those runs that you'll be talking about 20 years down the line going, oh, you remember Zack Sabre Jr. in 2024? That was incredible. And while he has had a very good run, had a lot of great matches, a lot of good stories, there's nothing from his 2024 resume to really stand out as the best Zack Sabre Jr. we've ever had or the best New Japan top champion we've ever had. So while he's been great, there's nothing to really elevate him to that legendary status this year. So as a result, he falls just short of the mark. Also not in contention is going to be Jordynne Grace from TNA. And the reason she falls short isn't because she is the head of a fairly cold brand. It is mainly because she doesn't have the repertoire of matches that our other three competitors have. And that is partially because she is in a division that just doesn't really have that many great competitors. Apart from probably Masha Slamovich, no one in the TNA Knockouts division can really even come close to matching Jordynne Grace in quality in the ring. The only standout matches she's had this year where you go, whoa, Jordynne Grace is awesome, are her two matches for the Knockouts champion against Masha Slamovich. Looking at Zack, he's had incredible matches with Yota Tsuji, with David Finlay, with Shingo Takagi, with Naito, with Sonata. There's a whole list you can go through for him for his great matches, as well as the other two guys, Will Ospreay and Cody Rhodes, are the same. Jordynne Grace just doesn't really have that. So while she has had this incredible run as Knockouts champion all through 2024, probably a legendary run, and while she does have the star power, the character, the connection with the fans, the matches just aren't there because she doesn't have competition to really come up to her level. And as a result, she's not going to be in contention for Best Wrestler either. So now we're down to our final two candidates, Will Ospreay from AEW and Cody Rhodes from WWE. And these two guys didn't find themselves at the end of this list because they are the two most prominent stars in the biggest North American companies and the companies I probably interact with the most. They're on here because they genuinely have had revolutionary runs in 2024 that will be remembered for a long time, but for very different reasons. Let's start by talking about Will. Will in AEW has given us some of the most incredible matches that you could possibly hope to see from a wrestler. Just talking about this year in his run in AEW, He's had incredible matches with Pac, with Konosuke Takeshita, with Swerve Strickland, with Bryan Danielson, with Darby Allin, with Claudio Castagnoli, with Kazuchika Okada, with Kyle Fletcher. And those are just the names that he's had, like, these really big, incredible 5 or 4 and 3/4 star matches with. Not even to mention the work he does on weekly TV in tag matches, in six-man matches, just having incredible matches on a weekly basis. So Will's position on this list is because from bell to bell, he is the best wrestler on planet Earth. Cody, on the other hand, I would not say that for. I wouldn't even say Cody is the best in ring worker in WWE. But what Cody has is an undeniable level of star power that has not existed since Hulk Hogan in the 1980s, really. He is a pure, honest to God babyface in the year 2024. And that doesn't happen. That hasn't existed for decades. But he is so charismatic, and people just want to love him and cheer him and get behind him, that he almost has willed himself to be the best in WWE. And look at who he's gone against this year. He was better than Roman Reigns. People wanted to see him end Roman's 4-year title reign at WrestleMania, and people wanted to see him do that over The Rock. The Rock is one of the biggest stars in wrestling history, and someone who's gone outside of wrestling to make himself an international superstar. And when he came and potentially stole Cody's road to WrestleMania, the fans revolted and they put Cody in that position instead. He was more powerful than Roman Reigns and The Rock combined. That's how great Cody Rhodes is. So he just has this aura about him that you say, finally, a wrestling superstar has entered the ring. And he displays that in his matches, in his promos, in his characters, in his interactions with the fans. Every single facet of pro wrestling, Cody Rhodes knocks it out of the park. And these compliments can be interswitched between either guy. Cody also has really great matches this year. Had a great match with Roman, great matches with Kevin, great matches with AJ, great matches against the Bloodline tagging with Roman, but they haven't been to the quality of Will's matches. And Will also is a star in his own right. I went to see an AEW show live this year, and Will Ospreay was easily the biggest pop of the night when he came out at the end of the show. But he's nowhere near the star that Cody Rhodes is. So I guess ultimately the debate for who is going to be considered the best wrestler is going to be, does the work rate and the body of matches that Will Ospreay has accrued push him above Cody Rhodes, or does Cody, being this sort of revolutionary babyface that we haven't seen in so many decades and rising to the level of stardom we had in 2024, push him above Will? And it's a tough choice. It is a choice that I didn't really know which answer I was going to pick until pretty much I started recording this segment for the video. I didn't even know who it was when I was recording the segments talking about Zack and about Jordynne. So, do I value work rate more, or do I value star power more? Honestly, the answer is I do value work rate more. So you would think I would pick Will, but I'm not. I'm picking Cody. I am pushing Cody Rhodes above Will because I feel Cody has succeeded in a way that no other wrestler on the planet could have. Whereas Will, I feel like he is in this mesh with a lot of great wrestlers. Pac and Konosuke Takeshita and Bryan Danielson, all put in the same position, could probably have succeeded in the way that Will did. But no one could have done what Cody Rhodes had done. Resurrecting this character archetype of just the pure white meat babyface who everyone wants to support. Becoming the biggest star in wrestling. Trouncing The Rock, trouncing Cena, trouncing Roman Reigns. Becoming the pinnacle of WWE. That is a revolutionary thing to have happened, and to also have great matches and also cut great promos, and to just genuinely have this interaction with the fans where everyone is so excited to see Cody and want to support him and want him to succeed. That is something that hasn't existed in wrestling for a long time. We get guys a lot who come in and they have this run of incredible matches. Now, I don't think anyone has really ever had the run of matches that Will has had in 2024, but you do see it saying this guy is the top guy right now, has the best matches. No one has done what Cody was able to do this year, and no one will be able to do it for a long time. And not only that, he sits atop WWE as the hottest it has been since the Attitude Era in like 25 years. And that is due in no small part to Cody Rhodes. I feel like every aspect of the business, Cody nails it to its fullest extent. And while Will is a better in ring wrestler, probably the best in ring wrestler on the planet, I can't necessarily the same for him. So I am putting Cody in the top position. Cody is the best wrestler of 2024. And those are my thoughts. A pretty contentious choice, probably, putting Cody against Will. Let me know what you guys thought down in the comments. Should Cody have beaten Will? Or should Zack or Jordynne have come up and named themselves as best wrestler? Or was there someone who I didn't even talk about in this video who should be considered the best wrestler of 2024? Please let me know down in the comments below. And while you're down there, consider liking, consider leaving a subscribe, as it really does help a new channel like mine to grow. With all that being said, I have been Isaiah from Hot Tag Wrestling. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.